Hey y'all, it's Fern,
It's Ken.
And hey,
and this is
Girls, Gays, and Days.
where we talk about anything and everything on the good and bad days. And today's topic is
Relationships.
Woo!
First of all, welcome to our very first episode ever. So hype. So, there's a lot to say about relationships. Come on.
girl.
There's so many different types of relationships, especially nowadays.
I feel like people overlook that. Like they hear relationships and they're just like, oh, romantic, and they forget about like platonic or like family relationships. I feel like that's overlooked.
Yes. Especially with online relationships and online dating. How do you guys feel about that?
Online dating?
Yeah.
I'll let Ken go first.
Oh my gosh. He really put a fast one up under me. Online dating, honestly, I get bored because it's just like it's not the authentic, like true connection. I like one-on-one talking, and I could really like let myself shine, and then they could also like show who they really are. And I just think like with online dating, the texting thing, I text so much. Like, let's do something different. And like online dating, I feel like keeps the talking stage going, but in person you could actually go out and do stuff and like have experiences and make experiences.
Yeah, I agree.
No, yeah, I felt that. I feel like when it comes to like online dating, I feel like with like Tinder, Grindr, or like Bumble, these are more like not everybody, but like there's a lot of people who experience it that just go on the app when they're like at their lowest and like just want a sense of validation or like just want like I don't know, just like a quick hookup so then they can be like, oh my god, I got that fixed, like, and let me go on with my day. And it's like, I mean, that is good, not bashing on anyone who does that, so if you do that, like, you do you. But like other people who do that, it's like they look back at themselves and then they're like, why did I do that? And like I feel like you have to know yourself enough to like be mature enough to go on those dating apps and not just like hook up and like, you know, I don't know.
I agree. I feel like I've experienced a lot of the apps, and I feel like personally I've never really benefited from it. Like, there's people that you meet, you know, and it just doesn't, it's never organic. It doesn't happen naturally. And also, a lot of these apps are based off of just looks, you know? And I've learned a lot about that this past year. I feel like that looks are definitely not everything. And you can say all you want, but someone's insides, that means a lot.
I totally agree. And also, like, speaking on what Fernando was talking about, like, just the purpose, like, people's intention with going on these apps. Like, for example, like, me and Hay or, like, just our friends, we'll just go on for just to have fun. But when you think about it for those intentions, it's like, what about the people who are really genuinely trying to meet somebody? And it's just like a whole cycle of not getting the person that you expect to be the one. And that's what the dating apps promote. Like, you're going to find the one, you're going to find your soulmate, but everybody's playing games on these apps. So how are you going to truly find the person that you're perfect for?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like there's also so many different labels and stuff. Like, people could be out here looking for solely just dating, meaning going on dates with someone, but not necessarily wanting a label.
Right.
How do you guys feel about just going on dates, but that person also seeing other people while you're dating them?
Like an open relationship type of thing, or
Well, because there's no label, so it's not really an open relationship. It's more of like y'all go on dates, but he's seeing other people and you're kind of seeing other people too.
Like talking phase, but like
Kind
without the
of.
label.
I would say, see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like our generation doesn't know what that is. Like, my parents know that. You know, our parents know of like you would date someone and go on dates with them, not necessarily meaning that's your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You know?
I mean, I think it's healthy to be able to talk to anyone because like you're not, I mean, like you are talking to them and you are getting to know them, but it's not like you're not already in a relationship, so you're valid to go and talk to whoever you want at that point. But it's like if you're just talking to people and like leading them on, then okay, then that's not like fair because like you like going back to what Ken said, it's all about like intention and like what you want out of it. Like if you're in going in just like trying to be like a hoe, I guess, and like not actually getting to know these people and like trying to find someone, then like what are you doing? Like you're hurting these people who actually have like an intention of finding someone.
Right.
Mm.
And for me, like, I feel like with this, like, both of y'all going out and talking to people and also like dating each other, it should be set like the boundaries. Because, for example, I probably personally wouldn't want that because I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna actually talk to you, then I'm trying to like talk to only you. But what if they're the one going out? So I feel like it should be established what's gonna be happening while you are both like talking to each other. Like, oh, I'm gonna still go on dates, but I'm still have you, or like just establish that communication. I think is key because
Yeah.
I'm for like just one person, but I think it's also essential for me to get to know other people, and I think that should just be established from the get go.
Mm. Just a mutual agreement between the two of you that you're for each other.
Right.
But then also, in my case, I feel like for me, I tend to want more out of someone. And if I'm not necessarily getting it, especially if there's no label, I want to just meet people, not necessarily trying to have a relationship with these people. But I mean, you never know who you're going to meet. And if you meet someone organically, naturally, and, you guys just vibe, what do? You know what I mean? It's hard. There's so many different circumstances and situations that people go through. But yeah.
It's like the talking stage is like the interview. Like you have to get past the interview. Like you're collecting information from each other and like you're getting to know each other. So then like when you do get into that relationship, like a committed relationship, like that's when like you get the job. Like you're like, okay, like we're committed to each other. Like we're gonna both put in this effort. Like this is like you get what you put in.
So the next question I want to ask you guys is, what do you value in a relationship with a significant other?
I wouldn't know. I've never been in a relationship. But I know what I would want. Like, I want honesty. I want commitment, like loyalty. I just want us to be able to, like, be vulnerable with each other and talk about, like, the tough times and also, like, the, like, just simpler, easygoing talks. Somebody like a best friend, basically, because I feel like that's an important, like, I think that's important in a relationship, like for that person to be like somebody that you're really close to, and I just want that connection with somebody if I was in a relationship.
Yeah, because if you don't have that, then what's the point?
Exactly.
There's no reason to be around. You're gonna get bored.
It's like, how can you be with somebody that you cannot communicate with?
And it's like transparency is like key, especially like with relationships. Like I feel like so many like relationships, like when they start off, you're thinking so much about like, oh my god, what if I do that, or what if I do this? Like they're not gonna like me, and like it's like if they don't like you for what you are as a person, like for what you represent, then it's like they're not the one. Like you have to keep it like straightforward, like be transparent, like tell each other how you feel, don't like let it in. I feel like that's what I value in a relationship, like being able to be honest, because it's like let's just cut the bullshit, let's just like not start any problems and like be straightforward with each other, and like I feel like that's key to a relationship, like being able to be honest with each other and help each other grow, and like just help each other grow as individuals, and like when we like accomplish things, like empower each other and be like, yes, like you did that.
Right.
Like way to fucking go, and then like I don't know, just like being able to like keep your space is something that like we've talked about. Like I feel like if you talk to them like every day, like for me personally, like if you talk to them like 24/7, it's like I have my own life. I was independent before you got here. You're an addition to my happiness. You're an addition to me. Like you're not essential. You're just an addition. Like sorry, but like that's the truth. And like I need my space because I need to be able to grow, and like we have to be able to grow together and like bring something into the relationship, if that makes sense.
Yes, space is so important. Oh my goodness. Oh
yes. Fuck. Come on, I'm gonna need space.
Please.
I mean, like, since we already talked about what we value in a relationship, I feel like it's fair enough to say, like, what do we hate in a relationship? Like, what are some toxic signs you guys look out for?
Ken, you want to
Shit.
take this one? Scorpio, you
I
want to take
got
this
you.
one?
Okay,
Scorpio.
so number one
Scorpio.
on my list is possessiveness. I cannot do it. Like if somebody's like constantly questioning me, oh, where you going? Oh, what you gonna do? Da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, I feel really smothered, and it's just like, all right, you can't control me, and I'm not like about to be super tied down to you. Like that doesn't mean I'm not gonna be loyal, but it's just like I need to have my own life, and like Fernanda was saying previously, space is really important, and I just don't like people like you're not an investigator. Why are you all up in? Come on. Because I'm gonna give you
But you're
me.
possessive.
Oh, T.
You are
How?
Not being
possessive.
self-aware.
You have admitted it. She's admitted it to me before in
But I'm not gonna.
situations that she feels possessive or she feels tendencies that she could be possessive over her
But it's
significant other.
different. Like I'm not the type of person that's gonna be questioning you stuff like that. Like I'm possessive when it comes to like the stuff, the actions that you're doing. Like if you are just acting out of character and like talking to other people, then I'm like, okay, like what's up with this? But it's not like I'm gonna control your whole entire life. Like no, because you can go hang out with your friends. You can go to the club. You can go. You can have a girl best friend. Da 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 da. But just like establish that.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Like just establish that with me, and I want to actually know who she is, and like for us to get along. You know.
So that's another question too. I feel like
friends?
that's important to talk about. Is how do you guys feel about that? Because 9 times out of 10, it ends up in a relationship between the two, that they want to be in a relationship together.
Wait, run that back.
I said that 9 times out of 10, people want to be in a relationship with their best friend. They become best friends because they're so close. They're attracted, obviously, to each other. So that leads to a relationship. I've known so many best friends where they become into a relationship or they've tried.
But it's different. Okay, and like one aspect that I'm experiencing is that like the girl best friend introduced me to her best friend. Like so it's like different because it's like
not you being a homewrecker.
No, what?
Oh,
she introduced me to her best friend, like her boy best friend, and she's like, "Okay, y'all should start talking." Da da da. Like, so that's different because it's like obviously she's not wanting me to be, or she's not wanting to be with him, and he's not wanting to be with her.
But do you think that at one point there was some type of attraction or some type of feelings from either party? There has to be I feel like I don't know. I guess that's my own experience. Best friend is different from just having a guy friend. That's totally different.
For me, not with them. Like I've seen other stuff that I'm like, I don't know. I think they might be messing around, but with them, I'm like, nah.
Oh, I know.
Right.
So just this one case, you said that you feel like they don't. So I guess there could be, this is a rare case in this instance, but I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, because I have multiple guy friends, but they're not my best friends. You know, like how do you guys feel about that relationship as a friendship? Are you completely open with the opposite sex about everything as you would be with the same sex friendship?
I would if it's my friend. Like if we cool like that, I really would. Because it's like,
I feel like I could. I feel like I could too.
It's like you get infatuated with the person that you hang out so much with, and then that infatuation turns into feelings.
Like Usher said, you make me want to leave the one I'm with. You started a new relationship with you. This is what you do. Come on. He said she was giving him advice, and low-key he was thinking about her. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, what do y'all feel are toxic traits? Like I said possessiveness, but what about y'all?
Friend, do you have some? Because I don't have any. I'm toxic myself.
I hate this bitch. I think it's when it's just like they're not like respectful to like your friends, like and like if you can't be respectful to my friends, then it's just like they're my friends before you. Like you came right now and they were here before you, so like sit down and know your place. Like come on. And it's like not only that, but it's like if you're controlling, I guess, like you're not gonna tell me what I can and cannot do. I guess like the possessiveness,
Mm-hmm.
like what you said, like you can't
Yeah.
tell me like who I can't be friends with. You can't tell me like, oh, like you can't go there because like my ex is there. Like I don't want you talking to them. Or like I mean like it's like I don't even know them and I'm with you. Like if they left you, it's like that's trash. You know? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Exactly. I feel like I'll name two. Um, the main one that I feel like I always run into is someone not taking accountability and like pinning the blame on you in a situation, because that just so shows straight up
Those
you're toxic.
crybabies.
Like that's something, yes, that's something you
Girl, that's a
can't get rid of.
manipulative
Someone
bitch.
not taking ownership.
No, for
No,
real.
for
Yes.
real. And I've had too many. I'm talking about cancers. I'm talking about
Manipulative.
you. But no, for real. Y'all are. I'm sorry to all my
And the
cancers out there,
Pisces.
but at the same time, I'm not. And the
Is it the water
Pisces,
sign?
man. Um,
Shut up.
it is the water
Scorpio.
signs. I'm sorry. Let me not. We should get into that too. We'll get into that another time about zodiac signs. I think that would be a great topic. But my second toxic trait is somebody that doesn't get along with my parents. Like if my parents have a weird like sense about them, or like they have like an inclination, because they know they're smart. If you don't get along with my
Wait,
parents, that's a dub.
wait.
Nope,
So
you're
when
toxic.
when do you bring like your significant other
Oh,
to your parents? Because like me personally, I haven't even gotten to that stage, so it's just like I don't give a fuck. Like, but it's
that
like
me
when
too.
is a good time? Like, is it? I don't know. Like, cause that, like
Oof.
Okay, let me just straight up say only one person has ever met my dad before, and he had a feeling about it and he was correct. So I think that's my one like situation that I can go off of. But honestly, it just happened off of just because we were hanging out. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? When should your parents meet the
I'm gonna
significant
throw
other?
up when it happens. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like
because parents give them a hard
that, and
time.
also like I want it to be like a natural thing. Okay, for me, I feel like if I meet somebody, I'm already like, oh, dad, I'm gonna hang out with da 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 da, and then he's gonna already know about this person, and then when they finally meet, it's gonna be like, oh, this is who you're talking about, basically, you know. So I just want it to be natural like that. I don't
Yeah.
want to be like come to the family reunion after a long time for the first time. No.
Because you want to get your own evaluation of the person
Exactly.
first before they have to meet your parents. Like, what?
okay, yeah.
No.
Like I feel like you have to know that this is gonna like work. It's not gonna be like you show your parents and then like 2 weeks later they're like gone. Like that's embarrassing. And
That part.
it's like,
Exactly.
what would you just bring the significant other over, or would you like have a talk with your like a discussion with your parents about what meeting like the partner is gonna be like talking about like, oh, like this person means this to me, like we meant this way, you know, and like
You know, I don't think that you should like
Yeah.
coach them into it, because I feel like they should be able to take anything. That's why I'm saying it's toxic if my parents don't approve of you, because it's like you have some type of way about you or your aura or something that's just not it. And like if you can't take the interrogation, then you can't be
And
in
my
there. You got to
parents are
get
not
out.
like hating parents. You know how some parents just be hating because they're like, "This is my son. This is da 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 da." My
Yes.
parents aren't like that, so it's like it's gonna be a
Yes.
genuine
They're
intuition type.
open.
It's
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
vibe you get
Mm.
at the point. You know how we're talking about the best friends? Would you go out with your best friends or one of your close friends' ex? Mm.
I'm gonna let Fern take this one first so I can have a little moment
Not
to
us about to
gather
get
my
canceled.
thoughts.
Before we hurt some feelings.
And just our first episode and we're already canceled.
No names. We're gonna say no names, but I'll give examples. Go ahead, Fern. You can go.
I mean, I feel like isn't that like a code where it's like a friend code where it's like you don't date your friend's partner because then that just causes like it just gets messy, and I'd rather personally like not get into that mess because then it's so much you have to go into, like saying like no, like I don't know, so much explanation that's like unneeded, like obviously that going into it is like your decision, but you should know and like keep your friends feelings in mind because like it is a rough patch for them, or I guess like a rough memory for them, if that makes sense.
Exactly. And like when you think about it, if it's your best friend or your close friend, obviously you know about this person, you know about the memories they shared and stuff. Like, for example, hey is somebody like I tell like all my little relationship stuff with. And you know, it's like for me or for her to go out with my ex would be like you knew the history, and even if a lot of time passed, you knew like the stuff between us. So just doing that is like just out of bounds. In my
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like you
There's
already
no
know the red
excuse.
flags because you already saw
Exactly.
how it ended, but you're deciding to like go in blind and be like, oh my god, they're like a complete new person. Like, sweetie,
No.
who's gonna tell him?
And it's like I'm
No.
not gonna want to be around y'all.
Yeah, who's gonna let him know? Yeah, who's gonna let him know that that's not okay? I actually had this happen to me where it was not so deep because it was high school, which I don't really count high school relationships just because it's not real. You know what I mean? Like it's just not outside relationships, real life adult relationships. But I did actually have had this happen to me where one of my close friends, I would say that they were my really close friends. Really close friends. Really close friend. She actually started talking to somebody that I had told her I liked and that we had made an exchange of saying we liked each other. Wasn't a relationship, but we said we liked each other, and she went ahead out of her way to hang out with him behind my back. And you know, it like made me realize that obviously she wasn't a friend. So it's like I guess it kind of like gets them out of the way in a sense to where like if you really are going to do that, then you were never my friend. It just opens your eyes. So like I don't know. I personally would never because it's just
And
out of
also,
respect
sorry to
for who
cut
you're
you off,
with.
but like with my friends, when we, for example, if
No,
we
go ahead.
both spot a guy that's attractive, right? If she says that she likes him right off the bat, because you already put it in the atmosphere, I'm gonna be like, all right, then all bets are off. Then okay, you can have him. That's how I am though. Like, yeah, maybe they haven't even talked or anything, but it's like, okay, you claimed him first and you put it in the atmosphere already. So it's like, okay, I already know that you're gonna try to pursue him. So why would I like try to swoop in?
Yeah, that's different. That's different. See, I would say if you both saw someone out at a party, say you both thought he was attractive, I would leave it up to the guy. Because I'm not gonna go out of my way when you're voicing that you think that this person is attractive. That's not it's not meant. If it's meant if the guy finds an like an interest in me personally, if he goes up to me, then that's a different thing. Then I can't control that. But I can control what I do. I can control how I act on it. And I would just feel like that's just disrespect, to be honest. And it does have to do with how close you are with that person though too. So it's like, say you have a mutual friend or a friend of a friend that you talk to cordially, you know, say hi, whatever.
Yeah, that's
Does
the
that
iffy part. Like, what
count?
if it's a high and by friend, like an acquaintance?
Yeah. Like you saw them together, you knew they were together, they broke up, then he tries to slide with you, or you go out of your way to slide with him, which,
How do you feel, yeah,
Fern, what do you think?
I don't know. I feel like it just shows. I feel like in certain situations, if you didn't know, I guess like if if they had an ex, but you just became a new friend, and then you hit that ex up, not knowing, I feel like you're valid in that sense because you didn't know, and like it's not something that you were just like, oh, who are all your exes like that, so I know I can't go out with them, you know? And it's just like I feel like that's valid because you didn't know. I feel like that's the only sense that it's okay.
Right. With an acquaintance, I feel like it's like a high and by, like, oh, I know
Yeah.
them, like, oh, hey, how are you? Probably hung out like one
Like
time because of
if I can't
class.
name your name, birthday, and favorite
That
color, it's
part.
like you're an acquaintance. I'm sorry.
Okay, Fern, then you're an acquaintance. I'm just
My
kidding.
mom's calling me. I gotta go.
Actually, I don't want to do a podcast with you guys
Actually, I
anymore. Like,
just
I actually
remember
just
I
don't.
have class. Gotta go.
Well, Fern, what is your favorite
I have a
color?
doctor's appointment
My
right
favorite
now.
color. Oh my god. Yeah.
Isn't it blue?
Typical.
Okay, good. I
Or
thought.
like a
Because
navy
I didn't
Not how
just
you
say
blue
didn't
blue. I
or
thought you
know.
said
something.
something like cute. But I mean, blue is
It,
cute.
it'd be like
It's
a navy blue,
I
like
would.
something dark.
It's
Like yeah.
self-explanatory. Yeah, I would think so. Because don't you have a blue hydro? No, that's
Not you mistaking me for your other hoes.
I was thinking about
a person that she knows.
a friend.
Like, what effort do you guys want from a friend, and like planning to hang out? Like, do you like I don't know, what do you do if like the friend is dry, or like if they're not being as receptive? Like, do you just like cut them off or give them a chance? How is that?
I'll take it
Who wants
first.
to take this one first?
Honestly,
Because
I'm
I got
not
a
holding
lot
them
to
accountable
say.
because I know
Go
people
ahead,
have
Ken.
situations, and I know I'm not always responsive and stuff like that, and I have stuff to do. Even if I don't have stuff to do, I have me time, you know? So it's like, I'm not going to hold them accountable for that. I'm like, all right. But I am going to just like, probably like, not separate myself, but more of turn to the person that I know is going to give me that feedback, kind of like, is it like, I don't know if it's like distancing yourself or just more of putting them on. I'm thinking of like mist. They're on the mist, and then like we have a solid figure right here, but they're on the mist. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna hold you too strongly to that because everybody has their own lives. To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with this statement, but I feel like it's a Socratic seminar. You know what I mean? When they're like,
Right.
I hear what you're saying, but personally, out of high school, it really has shown
That
me who
part.
my true friends are and who my other friend, people that really weren't my friend. It was just because I saw them on a day-to-day basis. So since high school, it has shown me that giving effort is important. Rather, whether it's like a text a month or like a FaceTime a month, it's just effort that matters to me. And I feel like if you're the type of friend that's always making the plans and like, let's hang out, and it doesn't come through, it's because they don't want to hang out with you. If somebody wants to hang out with you, they're gonna make an effort to hang out with you, or they're gonna hit you up and ask you if you're okay. They're gonna go out of their way to do things to see if you're fine. And if they're not doing that, then I'm sorry,
Or at
baby,
least
but it's
tell
not a
you that they're
friend.
not available at the moment. Like it also deals with context and circumstances. I feel.
Yeah, there's a lot of different situations. Someone could be depressed. Like I have a friend that has multiple depressive episodes, and I know when she's away, it's because she's dealing with things, and can do whatever I can over the phone, especially right now during COVID. But other than that, you just have to leave them to it and let them handle things on their own. And then when they're ready, they'll hit you up. But if they don't hit you up, it's because they don't want to talk.
Like echoing
Plain and
off what
simple.
you said about like I feel like quarantine has really like weeded out all the like fake friends, I guess you could call them, or like people who like how you said, like people who we were friends with in the past, but now like since we're all on our separate paths, like we're not seeing each other daily, so it's like you see how many people like were actually your friend and how many people were just standing you during the ride, and it's just like it's just like it just opens your eyes to see like how much effort you put in is like it's just like not the effort you always get back, because there are some people who they talk shit behind your back, and it's just like you don't figure that out until they leave, because then everybody's like, oh, they're not your friend anymore because and just like, you know what, fuck that, because like I don't need you in my life. Like who are you to come back into my life? It's just like get all the fakes out. Like you do you. Who are they to come back into your life after being months away and be like, why did you do this? Why are you doing that? It's like, okay, why are you critiquing me when you weren't even in my life? Like back up.
Period. And I feel like, yeah, exactly what I said. It leads into my next question, which is, when is it okay to go back to an ex? Like, say they pop back in your life and they're like, hey, I'm back. Did you forget about me? Or even a friend. When is it okay to forgive a friend if they did something to you and you guys had a falling out and then you have a reconnection? Do you go back to trusting them? Do you actually try to be their friend again? Do you just leave it all where it is? You hold a grudge? How are y'all with those kind of situations?
I feel like it depends on what happened. Because if it was something hella,
can you give some insight on your own experience?
I can go first.
Go
While
ahead,
Ken
Fern. While Ken
thinks.
thinks about her.
Yeah.
Thinks about how she's gonna not use names.
So it's like exes, I feel like that's like it ended for a reason, and like it's just like, why are you gonna go back to someone who like you already know what's gonna happen? Like they're not gonna magically change. Like there are some people that change, but it's like like don't get your hopes up. Don't play yourself. Like you already have the answers to the test. Where you're gonna retake it and fail? You know, and it's just if you want to be friends with them, be friends with them. But like I feel like if you go back to them, it's just like toxic. If you go back to them romantically, because it's like you already know their toxic traits. You don't know how they are. They're not gonna put in more effort just because like this is the second time. Like they already fucked up. And then like for friends, um, just yeah, what Ken said. It depends on the situation. Like if me and a friend like were to reconnect, then it's like okay, yeah, like I'm down. Like let's like start talking again. But um, there's this one friend who like reached out to me, and they like they didn't talk for like a year, and that was because of college. And they were like, hey, how are you doing? Like wanna talk again? And then I set my boundaries. Like I was like straight up. I was like I set my boundaries. I was like okay, blah, like because I know we don't talk as much, so it's like I know it's gonna be weird. So I was just like, let me set my boundaries just so we know where we stand and where we're at, you know. And they like blatantly like disrespect my boundaries, and I was just like, okay, no, like I gave you a
Ooh.
chance, and like you just like no, like okay, you're.
It proves why you guys didn't talk for a year.
Yeah, like I knew, like I personally knew that like I was willing to give it a shot because their intentions were pure. But when they came back, they were like, I don't know. It was just it wasn't the same. Like you know when it isn't the same. You know when a friendship dies. Like a friendship has its course, and that friendship just ended after high school, and I am okay with that. Like, but when you try to like read reignite or something, then it's just like yeah, everything has an expiration date. Like everything has to come to an end. So just like let it die.
Yes, Ferd, you said it correct. I feel the same way. Like there's an expiration date. If we ended for a reason, we fell out, it was for a significant reason. I felt some type of way to block you, even though I'm quick with the block button. I did it for a reason.
Like it's no
and
hate. It's
no.
like no hate. It's just like our time is past.
You do your thing. Actually, from me, there's hate. Don't talk to me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, for me, it's like it's no hate. It just naturally died, and that's okay. Like it's organic. We don't want to force anything, you know.
Yeah, like you do your thing.
Yeah, everybody has their
Enjoy
own
your time. Enjoy your time over there while I have my time over here.
Because I feel like
that's it.
It feels like when it's forced, it feels like you're a stranger again. You got to go over rotation. Oh, what do you like to do? Oh, how is this? It's like, oh my gosh. All right, it's done for. But
when it's someone you're so familiar with, though.
Like I know me and my best friend, like, like because of college, like we're away, like, but whenever we talk, it's like we talk as if like we've been talking like every day, you know, like it's not like awkward. Like we talk and it's like it leaves off like as if we were never separated. And I know like I love that about us because like no matter how long or how far apart we are, like we know that we're still friends, and we know like that we both need our space to grow and like be each other, and like you know, and like when we come back, it's like organic. It's like as if we never left each other, and I love that about us.
Those are the best relationships, to be honest.
Those are the best relationships.
It's like that's what I have with one of my like really good friends. Like even though we don't talk, like communication could sometimes be off, and we probably don't talk for months or something like that, and we still like hit each other up from time to time. It's still like once we get back to talking, it's just still the same connection that we had in high school. So I just love that.
Yeah, that's when you know it's a true connection, and you guys are meant to be friends, or you're meant to be in a relationship. But I don't know. Is it different when someone comes back? Like say especially okay, if someone cheated on you,
no, that's not a
then it's definitely a no.
It's a no for me.
Fern, how do you feel about that? Someone that cheated on you, whether it was a slight cheating, whether it was, because there's different types of cheating.
Can you elaborate on those
many
types
different
of
forms?
Because I only know one.
Let me tell you. Okay. I feel like personally, I'm just kidding. Okay, I feel like personally, if somebody is messaging other people, girls in specific, that they find attractive, or they've told them that they like them before, or they, whatever the case may be, I feel like that's straight up cheating if they're hiding it from you. If they're letting you know, like, hey, my ex hit me up or whatever, like, it's on some friend stuff, there's trust in that relationship for you to just trust that person and be like, okay, you know what? He's telling me for a reason because he wants me to know, and he knows I trust him. So the only reason for me to ever have like some type of feeling about it is if I find out information that's factual. factual, no assumptions. I swear, all like assumptions are not gonna do you good. They're not gonna do you good. But anyway, before I go off on a tangent, cheating forms. It's not just physical. Do you guys agree, or do you feel like
it could be emotional too? Like if you emotionally invested
you could be cheating from afar,
right? If you're emotionally invested in somebody else, or like you just having thoughts of other people type, it's like, okay, maybe I don't know about it, but it's like that's a mental cheat, to be honest. And you can already feel that disassociation anyways from you. Like you'll feel that distance in your relationship.
Senses don't lie. Senses do not lie. And I swear I have the most impeccable senses of all time when it comes to like any type of like, oh, I can tell when someone's off of me. I can so tell. And like it's just crazy because I feel like a lot of girls, they have that sense, but it's like you're blinded when you're in a relationship that you don't want to admit that you know or you have a feeling.
I feel like when you like going off of what you said about being blinded, like we just like don't want to recognize the bad stuff, and like we just look at the good stuff and we're like, no, that's not it. And I'm just like, if you're gonna cheat on me, like don't cheat on me, just tell me straight up that you're not like feeling it. Like I want you to just end it right there. Like I don't need to be wasting time with you. Like I don't need to be wasting extra time with you, like that I could be using to like heal or like just be myself and like stop being like tied down by some like toxic bitch, you know?
Yeah, it's so accurate. I don't know. I feel like would y'all ever cheat?
No. Like what I just said. If I
feel like everyone's gonna say no.
Like if I feel something, then I'm not gonna like, I value your time and my time, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna cheat on you, because then that's just like, that just gets messy and that just like wastes everybody's time. I'm just like, let me just cut the bullshit and let me just be like, hey, this isn't working out, but like if you want to fix it, like let's fix it. If you don't, like, okay, I'm okay with that. I respect your decision and let's move on with our lives.
I feel like I'm never gonna cheat, but if I get cheated on, it's a dub. I'm fighting. Because I feel like I'm low-key just crazy in that sense. Like if you disrespect me, that's the ultimate. Like you felt okay enough to cheat on someone that you claim to love. Like I don't know. I feel like once a cheater, say it with me, folks.
Always a cheater.
Always a cheater. Thank you.
Yes.
Fern didn't say it, so he doesn't believe it. Fern didn't say it. What? Ooh, Fern, wait. What you know? What you know?
I mean, I'm not that I don't like. I mean, not that I don't disagree with it, but it's like, I feel like it depends on the person, because it's like, like.
He's like, I cheated and I changed. I promise.
I know, because it's like, I feel like if you're a cheater, then like there has to be a reason you cheated, but like, I don't know.
That ain't a reason for me to solve, baby. You should have told
me.
Wait,
I know. I'm like, hold on, wait.
I agree with you guys.
Hold on.
Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Wait a damn minute. Yeah. Once a cheater,
always a cheater.
Always a cheater. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen, and stick by that rule, because I'm telling you, if he left his girl for you,
he gonna leave you for somebody else.
He'll do the same damn thing.
Not me giving no seconds,
but behind your back. Man,
you don't have a problem with doing it, baby.
Everyone. No, he's probably doing it right now. You better go check his phone. I'm just kidding. What do you guys think about that?
Checking people's phone?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't know how I feel about checking people's phone. That's my privacy.
Friend said, I stay checking people's phone.
Like having each other's fingerprint and stuff? Or like, what do you mean?
Oh, okay. This is not my personal experience, but an example could be, I know someone that was thinking that her guy was cheating on her. She saw what he put in his phone, like the password. So when he went, he was out of the room. She took his phone and knew his password, and that's how she found out he was cheating on her. So she didn't have his fingerprint. They didn't have any of their passwords to any social media, none of that. She just knew from observing, and that's how she found out that he was cheating on her. So it's like she trusted her intuition, but would you do that though? Because it's like
I'm not going on my way to do that. Like I'm about to communicate with you and be like, so what's up?
Exactly. Like, let it happen naturally.
Yeah. I don't
I
like
feel
that
like
digging in
that's
people's
just
stuff.
you being a not psychotic bitch. It's just like, I mean, you're valid for thinking that, and like I I understand that like no one was talking, like they weren't being respectful, and like they weren't talking and like being open, and you had to go to that like those measures. But I feel like it should never, in a relationship, it should never be like, it should never end up going to that measures if it's a real relationship.
Because if you trust them, but it's like her intuitions were correct.
Right.
So it's like you need to just ask him straight up instead of going like you're choosing your own fate in a sense. Instead of asking.
Or if you feel it that deeply, break up. Because it's like enough is enough.
You don't even want to know.
I don't even
you
gotta
don't even
know.
want to
It's
know.
a gut feeling LMA featuring her. I don't even need to know.
Yeah. Exactly. If there's a disconnect there, baby, he don't want you. He's talking to somebody else.
Would you guys give your...
He ain't at the barbershop, queen.
Girl, I'm talking. Girl, would you give your fingerprint or password to your partner?
Would I what?
Would you give your fingerprint or password to your partner, like to your phone?
I wouldn't care.
I have 2 words to say. Hell no.
Not me thinking they were hell yeah.
I feel like that is an invasion of my privacy. It's an invasion of my privacy. You should trust me. If you're with me, you're trusting me. You don't need to have my password to my phone. I can open my phone for you and show you everything. Because I won't hide anything from you. But it's like for you to, that's kind of an invasion of my privacy.
I feel like it would be different in the way it was handled. Like if it was like a thing like, oh, let me just see that, like type, but not like shit, then all right. But if I see you on my phone, just like you could, I already know her password, so it's like
hanging out. Like you got your own damn
shit.
phone, I hope, because if you don't, I'm not with you.
And I'm not even the type of person that would do that. But like, oh, can I see that? No. Like if I need to see something, I'm gonna ask you. You put in your password yourself, or if you tell me, okay, you tell me. But that doesn't mean that I'm just gonna remember it and like go in whenever I need to. Like that's just not me.
Yeah. So, that's communication. You need to have communication between the two. Friends, like, I need that password. Give it to me. Write it down on a piece of paper, and I need it right now.
It's like, I don't care. Like, I mean, like, sometimes you just want to, like, for me, like, I can be like, can you send this text message to this person? Like, can you do this for me? And, like, you know, like,
that's
just, like,
different.
randomly. And, like, at that point, I'm just like, I mean, if you want, like, your fingerprint on my phone, like, I don't mind. Like, I have nothing to hide. But, like, if I see you, like going through it and stuff, like I already showed you I have nothing to hide, and like at that point you're just like abusing the privilege, so it's like I'm just gonna take it off.
That's how I feel.
Exactly. Like my own parents don't even have my password. Why do you think I'm gonna give you my password?
If I die, I die.
Watch them. Yeah, they're gonna hack into my Instagram and be putting their name in my bio. Hell no. The hell, what are we in middle school? We're not in middle school. What? Get out of here. Jay with the heart.
You're not supposed to be doing all that.
Locked. The little lock and key emoji in your bio.
Girl, if you do that, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Get out of there.
Bro, it's like, why you gotta
No, for real. We're talking about... No, for real. We're talking about toxic signs. Baby, that's one of them.
Who are you waiting for?
Stop.
I don't need that. Bye.
Okay, so then since that was like a little toxic trait type of thing, so then what would be a deal breaker for you guys, like, for whether it be like like in a relationship, what would be a deal breaker? Like, no, bye, like cut it off right there.
Cheating, putting your hands on me, emotionally abuse,
Tell them.
Disrespecting like my parents, my friends, my family. That's it. That's out. Disrespecting this people in general. Like if you go to a restaurant, you like give me this shit. Da, da, da. I'm like, all right. You're not doing that.
No.
Because it's like, if you can treat that person like that, you can treat me like that. And that's your true colors right there. So I'm not messing with it. No.
Exactly. No, exactly. That is just a cut off automatic. And I feel like a lot of people that don't do that, that's when they end up being in a relationship that's toxic and just horrible for your mental health. And there's many people that have to heal like over time from those type of relationships, because they don't notice it early on when it's been shown. People always say, true colors come out. I believe in that. But I also believe like there's been little snippets. Yeah. You just got to catch them. There's always something. No one can put on a freaking show for too long. You'll always know.
I have to better myself.
But
something the milk ain't clean, baby. I'm going to be watching your ass. I'm watching you.
No, for real. I'm on you. I see you. how would you guys feel if, okay, what about spending time? So like what with the love language, my love language is time spent with the person.
Yes.
I value that a lot. So I feel like, how would y'all feel if they constantly want to see their friends more than you?
I mean, it
How
depends
is
on
it
how,
done?
like, what's the ratio?
Yeah, how is it done?
I feel like the ratio could be like 2 out of 5 times. No, 3 out of 5 times. We'll say
Three out of
three
five
out of
times they
five
choose
times of
your
hanging out.
friends over you.
3 and a half 5 times they're hanging out with their
Then at
friends.
that point,
2
I
times they're hanging out with
mean,
me.
you can go first.
That's 3 times out of 5 that they've told you, I can't. I'm with the bros.
At that point, if you gotta tell me
2
that too
times they're
many
like, okay,
times,
bet
it's
I'm
like,
coming
all
over.
right, then what's the point of being in a relationship? You want stability or something? You just here for just the long run, just to catch a little ride. But it also depends on how it's done too, because everybody needs their space. Because I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm hanging out with myself, or I'm hanging out with my friends. But it's like,
Yeah.
it should be like a 50-50 thing. Hang out with your friends, hang out with your significant other. You shouldn't like, I don't know. It just really depends on how it goes, to be honest. But it's
Yeah, I
like
feel
if
like
you,
it should be 50-50. So,
Yeah, I feel like that too, because personally I like to hang out with my friends though too. Like I'm the type that I want to go, like I'll be hanging out with my friends all the time. But I would like if you would hang out with my friends too, and you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to hang out with my friends. And I should be able to
You
hang out
read
with
my
your
mind. I was
friends.
just about to ask that question.
Not
I was
all
gonna
the
be like, how do y'all
time.
feel about that? Like friends
Really?
hanging out, like y'all just hanging out with your boyfriend and your friends.
okay, so the 5 love
For
languages are words of affirmation, gifts, acts of services, quality time, and physical touch. So,
Yeah.
hey, yours is
mine's
only
quality
quality time.
time. Mine was quality time and what was the
Words
first
of
one you named? I think it was
affirmation,
the first one.
gifts, acts of service.
Yeah, that. I love
Mm.
reassurance. I love reassurance. Oh my gosh, I can't stand it. I love it so much. It's like when someone just not constantly, because I don't need it too often, but I like to hear it to know that you're still in, that you're still about it, that you still appreciate me. I like to be heard that I'm appreciated, that you appreciate me for doing things for you, or same thing for you. Like I'll constantly tell you, I appreciate you for doing that. I'm proud of you. Thank you for doing this, or whatever. And then yeah, quality time is something that I just feel like you need that in a relationship. I can never do long distance. I couldn't personally.
What about you, Ken?
Personally.
My top 3, number 1 is quality touch. I think my second one was like gift giving, and then my third one was physical touch.
You like gifts?
Yeah, like if it's made from them or whatever, like
Girl, no,
cute.
she don't want no
Oh, that's
homemade. She
wholesome.
wants some designer.
No,
I
she said you better give me a
She said,
birthday
"Give me them
bag."
Versace
not
robes."
materialistic.
You aren't. But I feel like you wouldn't mind it.
Give me the money instead, so I can buy whatever I want. Give me the money.
An onion?
I don't want a bag.
Oh, look! I knew she was about to say that. I knew she was about to say that. Sugar dads, go ahead and comment down below your location, your phone number, as well as your email. Thank you.
I'll talk to you.
Like what? See, I'm opposite with that. I can't stay. I'll be like, nope, I can handle it. I can buy my own things because I got my own money.
Right.
Like I'm good.
What if it's like,
thank you for offering,
just like
but
a
I'm
birthday
good.
or a holiday type,
That's different. That's different. I go all out for a birthday for my significant other. Like I feel like I wouldn't expect that from them though. I'd be like, no, you don't have to give me anything.
Or was it
I'm
acts
cool.
of service? It was some.
It was probably acts of service. I wouldn't imagine you saying
like,
gift giving. I wouldn't imagine that for you. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that being for you. I was surprised when you said that. Fern, what were yours?
Mine would have to be the gifts, the words, and girl,
He said straight up.
The words, and I would say the quality time too, because I cannot do long distance. If it's long distance, then I'd rather cut it there, because I know I'm gonna get tired and be like, bye, like I'd give it a shot, but at some point it's like, can we stop? It can't be like 80% long distance and like 20%, like
oh no, Like it's cool if it's like a little bit.
Like
You know,
right
like
now
if I
with
don't see you
COVID,
within
like if
like
we were
2
to do something with
weeks
COVID,
because you're busy
like
with school.
I'd understand that. I'd understand that, like that long distance. Like if I were here and then like someone was in Irvine, then like I'd understand that, of course. And
There has to be a significant reason
mm,
though for me. Like you can't just be like, I can't. Like why? Oh, you have work? Okay, that's fine. Oh, you have school? Okay, that's fine. Oh, you're gonna hang out with your mom or your friend? Okay, that's fine. But if you're just like, I can't, red flag.
Oh, it depends on how much
Flag
the
on
I
the
can't
plate.
is. Because, like, honestly, if you say no, I can't, I'm like, all right. Because I don't feel like questioning you. And it's like, okay, I'll probably want to flake on you anyways and just chill and watch YouTube.
You're like, I don't
Right,
want to hang
I
out with you
cannot
you a
stand
anyway.
this
good
bitch.
girlfriend, but in all honesty, I want to stay home.
I hate her.
Yeah, I don't want to hang out with you anyway. So
Right.
that's on you.
That
Little
part,
did you know, I was
was
about to
gonna
say,
tell you,
never
I
mind.
can't.
Man, I'm dead. But yeah.
Yes, it's acts of service. Hey, because I just thought about it. Because the questions were like, if somebody does something for you without you having to tell them, like I like that. It's like, okay, you just like automatically did it. And I'm like, okay,
Me too.
thank you.
Yeah, like you just put gas in my car
you just bought me
just
food
because.
just because.
Thank you. I appreciate. Yeah, you bought me something. You saw something at the store and you thought of me and you said, "Oh, Hay likes this," or "Oh, it's a little like I don't know, evil eye ring for anyone that wants to get me a gift." And they were like, "I like that, and I know you
or
like
if you
that,
need
so I
it,
can
like,
here
oh,
it is.
she needs this because I forgot she had a problem with this, so I'm gonna get it for her. Like it's like, thank you.
Yes.
That shows how like
I was constipated. You got me prune juice. Thank you.
Prune juice. I feel like that just goes to show like how much like they pay attention. Like the little details do go a long way.
Exactly. Come on. Period. Yeah. And quality time. That's exactly why none of my like texting relationships or any of that hasn't worked out because I don't want to just be texting
like
all the time.
When you text for a long time,
I'm sorry, I don't want to be
like
on my
a
phone.
chore. Like it just becomes a routine, and it's just like, ugh, I already texted you.
Yes.
But when it's in person, it's like that's the person you want to see, so it doesn't get boring. It's like you get tired of seeing a screen.
Yes. Yeah, or if like FaceTime, like it's okay to have someone's presence. Like I'm cool with just FaceTime you. We don't have to talk. Let's just have I just want your presence. But I'm gonna need that in person just as much.
Too, though, because it's like
just as much.
I get anxious. I don't know. I start sweating and like my legs start shaking and stuff because it's like
not the social anxiety.
Oh wow. No, ooh, someone special out there has you shaking.
Who has you shaking, Ken?
It makes me anxious.
Have you nervous
and I'm like, okay,
sweaty.
play your video game while I do my work, because it's like I can't be doing this the face to face and
yeah. But it counts as a FaceTime, so they can't tell you that you haven't FaceTime because I just FaceTimed you. I was just doing my work.
I just needed a distraction while I was doing something to keep me awake.
Ferd's very familiar with the FaceTime calls every day. Why don't you tell us about it?
Hey, it's quick fire, bro.
He said no comment.
I mean, me and my friends FaceTime. Like, there's some friends from back home that me and them FaceTime, and we used to FaceTime a lot. And I mean, when we used to FaceTime back then, it was like whatever. But at a certain point, it's like it just hits like it's like what is it called? It's like
peak.
It's peak. It's just like it just feels like a not a chore, but it just loses its loses its spark. If you like FaceTime every day, it loses its spark, and it's just not like as enjoyable as much. So I feel like when you distance the calls, like separate them, then it's like it adds more like value to it, if that makes sense.
I know, like over the summer, my friends wanted to play Roblox every freaking day till like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I was like,
Roblox
I just need to not be friends with them
Minecraft
anymore.
Or something? What is that?
Wait, shut up! You know who I'm talking about them, by the way.
First of all, Hay was the main one always wanted to play Roblox. Number one, you were the initiator.
First of all, no. Who introduced it to the who introduced
Wait,
it
I'm so confused.
the
What's
group,
Roblox?
baby?
Shut up, Fern. And Fern is just a tag along. Fern is like,
shut
up.
And
then Hayes initiated Roblox. So no, don't even try it.
No. Because okay, first of all, I
You
didn't.
know what? Not how Hay
You
is
know
more
what?
addicted
First
to
of all,
Roblox than
Kennedy,
both
you
of
should
us,
have
and
never.
she's the
Right,
one
Hay
that was
is
more
more addicted.
opposed to it.
No, here's the thing. I wanted to be good at the game because I felt like once I get into something like that, like same thing with COD. Once I started playing COD, I was like, I need to get good at this. I want to get good at zombies. I want to play and be able to kill and be up to par. So I felt like I was behind all the time when we played. Like even Fern was better than me. So I was like, I want to play often.
How?
I mean, I mean, Roblox wasn't.
No, he was not.
Fern
Would be
was not.
stomping and killing with F.
No, it
He
wasn't.
would be like,
Girl, I
no,
got
his
them
brothers would be
back and
getting
I
us in
started swinging
trouble.
them. Y'all's bodies would go everywhere.
Fern, because you always swinging and killing us.
I can't tell the difference. All the avatars are the same.
Too much.
It's the thought that counts.
No, first of all, Mr. Alien wanted to save us and then turned his back on us because your brothers got us in trouble. He was trying to slide with Ken. He said, how old are y'all? No, he's probably like, how old are y'all? How y'all doing? Well, not gone through puberty yet. He better
Roblox
stop.
From relationships
If you're out there, little alien boy. Man. Wait,
let's go back.
Why'd you say that? I'm scared.
Let's talk about friend crushes now. Like when you see a person that you want to be friends with, how do you go about that?
Ooh. Shut up. You're the one that said, I want to be just friends with someone and go on a date and then realize that I like them.
But that's not a friend crush. I think a friend crush is like somebody you don't know and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be friends with them.
It's like, yeah, like if you see someone like...
No, friend crush is someone that you're friends with and you end up liking them, no?
It's just like a friend crush. Like you see them in class and you're just like, wait, they seem pretty cool. I want to be friends with them.
Yeah, so it's like you don't know them yet. It's a stranger.
Yeah.
Fernando had a friend crush on me.
Well, I've had plenty of those.
Okay, first of all,
I had a friend. I was about to say I had a Fernando crush. I did have one of those.
Y'all,
for
he bought
everyone
me
wondering.
boba and hate.
Still do, but it's okay.
I
oh
my
my gosh!
like,
okay,
I don't even like this shit.
Yeah.
I like lychee.
That's also exactly what happened. Why? See, you should have just gave it to me, friend. That was a red flag. Red flag. We were just talking about those. Red flag.
Yeah, winter melon.
She likes that melon one with the lychee.
Hey, if my boo is listening,
winter melon
tea,
little weirdo.
With lychee jelly, thank you. Light ice.
But don't forget to get your card stamped. Fern put us on to share tea. Or put me on to share tea. Because I didn't know about it before that.
So what do you guys think? Like, if you see someone out there that you want to be friends with, like, what do you do? Like, do you just have the friend crush and never, like, go for it? Or what do you do?
Have I ever had a friend crush? I don't even know if I had a friend crush before. I just go up to people, period. Like, I'm not good with this question. Hey?
I've never. What is a friend crush? What the hell? I've never had that.
That part.
Like,
but why? What's the crush part? When I think of crush, I think
for example, I'll have a friend crush on Willow Smith. By the way, Willow, if you ever end up listening to this, hi, like that.
Anyway,
so you never had a friend crush?
I think the last question. Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Fern?
Like, I don't even know what that is. Maybe Fern was like my friend crush. Cause like we weren't friends, but I wanted to be his friend. But like he thought I hated him.
Door in my face, but go off.
Not how you literally were mute every time I tried to talk to you.
Poor Fern.
He said that emoji that just stands up straight.
Nah, just kidding. That wasn't hurtful or anything. I was just like, oh, okay, whatever.
It's okay. I was boo-booing. I should have saved you from the Kraken.
No, I felt so bad. I had such a bad day that day. Oh my gosh. We'll get into that another time. We'll talk about how we met. But yeah, that was just a really bad day. And then I felt like I was just like throwing it up on you. It was a good time though. See, if I did do that, we wouldn't be friends.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my rib, I think.
True. Cause look.
Everything happens for a reason.
Get what tattooed on your rib?
I think
that Salvadoran face.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. Tangent. Why would Why do you think you're single? Don't say nothing like, oh, I just don't want to be with a person that I came from. No, why would you think that somebody would say that you should be single? You know what I mean?
I can answer. I can go first if
Yeah.
you guys wanna collect your thoughts. But
Yes.
I know for me personally, I'm like very independent.
Thank
so
you.
I don't know. Like other experiences that I've had is just like there's always like the end. So I'm just like I don't want people to waste my time. So I like if I don't vibe with you, I like there's only like two people who I like. I was like, okay, you catch my eye, and like one of them is still out there. I'm like, but the other one is like, other people are just like, I don't vibe with you. So like when I meet someone like that likes me, I guess I'm just like I already see the end before like it starts. So that's my toxic trait. Yeah, that's my toxic. I don't know if that is toxic, but like
Ooh.
if I can't vibe with you, it's just like I'm
He
everything
said,
comes to
"I'm
an
gonna
end,
remember."
you know. And at that point, it's just like when is it gonna end? Like how is it gonna end? I like am I gonna be wasting 2 years, a year, like you know? And that's like why I say I'm like single because like I see the end before it happens. And like if I were to see someone like who did put in effort, then I wouldn't see the end. I would just want to constantly be with them, you know?
Yeah.
LOL.
Interesting.
For me,
Ken, go
I'll
ahead.
say that it's like I haven't met that one person that like I truly did, it was just like sparks type. So and then like even if I do give somebody a chance to like just talking to them, like I feel like I always find something that just doesn't add up to me or just doesn't match what I idealized about them, and I feel like that's my main issue. Like I idealize what something should be, and I have expectations about how it should be, and I don't really see the person who they truly are. And then when they show their true colors or show something that just like doesn't add up, I'm like, oh no, I don't want this. Like I just toss it away so fast. Another thing I'll say is also like with independence, many people like will tell me like, oh, it's gonna be hard for you to find somebody because you don't want to like go out and like actually get to know somebody. You don't want to give somebody a chance to be open and vulnerable with them. And it's like I don't because I don't want to get hurt. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like I like you don't want to like let's just cut the hurt part and like let's just stay happy, even if that means like we're single, you know? It's like when you see someone, it's like you can see all these people that you're like, oh, like they're kind of cute, they're kind of hot, but like when you meet that one person, it's like they catch your eye and they can't leave your mind. Like they live in your head rent free, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like for me, it's probably gonna happen with someone like it will probably happen over time and like catch me off guard because I feel like even though I find people attractive, it won't be everything that I want. But I feel like I'm single because it's just not my time at the moment. I feel like if something was meant to happen, it would have already happened for me. And I also feel like I agree with Fern and Ken that I'm very independent too. So I feel like I don't really need anybody. It would be cool to have someone around, but I don't need it. I'm not the type to be like wanting a relationship to be happy because I know plenty of people that are like that,
You're your own
and it's
source
just
of
really
happiness.
unhealthy.
People are just additions.
So I need to be. Yes. I like when people say like I'm we were in this discussion a couple days ago and the girl that was giving the presentation said that she was in a relationship with herself, which I totally agree with. That I need to be in a relationship with myself at the moment to know really what I want and someone to kind of find out like what I deserve and what I want. So yeah, at the moment I'm cool. I'm cool. I've learned to just be alone and like from my most previous situation, it was just that I needed to really work on things. So that's what I'm in the process of doing so I can be the best me before any of that happens because I know it's going to be meant when I'm least expecting it and it comes and pops up and I'm like I know this is it and I'm going to go for it because every other thing I've just been like I'm not sure about it. And I don't want to be unsure. I want to know for sure.
Oh no, you can go.
So
because I was gonna say, I feel like when you meet this person, you're gonna already be strong and already hold within yourself. So like this person's just gonna be like an audition, and like y'all just gonna grow together and like keep on like going forward. But like I feel like if you don't find yourself right now and you get into something, it's just gonna be an unhealthy balance in your life, and something's gonna always feel like it's missing. So yeah.
And then I feel like I also, when that happens, like I feel like I'm also like
Mm-hmm.
constantly finding things that are wrong with them because I get so bored so quick. I need to stop that. I don't want to be bored because if
Right.
if I'm interested in them and it's gonna work, I'm not gonna feel bored or anything. That's how I know it hasn't really happened. And plus, every single guy that I've ever talked to, I always say I have a whole plan, and like I've kind of like planned my
Mm-hmm.
life, like what I'm gonna do after college, what I'm gonna do like during the next 2 years or so. Even after that, like I have a whole plan of my life, and they're always saying like, where's marriage fit in? Where do like kids
Mm-hmm.
fit in? I'm like, I personally don't want that. So that's another thing too. I have to find time to when I can actually give myself
Right.
to someone
Yeah,
and
it's
give them
like, I
time that they
mean, you have to
deserve.
live in the moment, because if you start looking at the future, it's like not only like are you fantasizing, like you're building someone in your head, like you're in love with the person in your head and not the person who's in front of you, and like
That's
that's
my
just gonna
problem.
ultimately like hurt you in the end, because you're just like, wow, they didn't live up to my expectations. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like you put that up for them, like you had the
Mm.
chance to be with them physically, but you chose the person in your head to like be with, if that makes sense. And like love is so like, I don't know, it's so stupid, I would say, because it's like people are out here like wanting to find it, but it's not like it just doesn't. It finds you. You don't find it. Like
Yeah.
you get it when you least expect it, and like when you're focused on yourself and like not focusing on who you want or what you want. It's like if you're constantly looking for it, then you're never gonna find it. But when you let go of it, then it'll find its way to you.
Do you guys believe in love?
Can you elaborate on that question? Like,
Crickets.
what do you mean by that? Like,
Yeah,
No.
that it's straight up. Do you believe in the aspect of love?
I just never
The word,
seen
I
it.
don't believe in it either. I don't think, to be
Just growing
honest.
up with it, like my parents and stuff, they weren't together and all that, so I didn't see like a
Yeah,
healthy something like that. And like, yeah, and in my family, it's not too many people married and all that. So like,
relationship.
no, like I feel like love exists, like probably like friendships and family. Yeah, that type of love, but like intimate relationship type of love, I don't know, because I feel like there's like heartbreak has been so normalized. It's like, and then in Disney movies, you see the happily ever after, but that's not always the case. So
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's temporary. Love is temporary. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I haven't
I
been in a
think I'll
relationship.
believe it
Yeah.
when I feel it. But for the time being, yeah. For the time being,
I mean, I
I
don't
think
think
it's
it's a
a
bunch of
bunch
baloney.
of
I mean, like, I
baloney.
think it's like,
I'm just
I
kidding.
think there is love out there. You just have to,
Right.
you just have to like,
Oh,
not
what's
find it.
up?
Like, you just have to like focus on yourself, and it'll just come its way naturally. Like, and I'm not saying like it's not out there. Like, it is out there. It's just like you can't be forcibly like looking for it. Like, just you do you, and everything happens for a reason. Like, that's the main
Mm.
thing. Like, everything really does happen for a reason. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, oh well, you keep on doing you.
So you know how on TikTok everybody's like manifesting love and all that stuff. Do you think they should be doing that? Do you think that's like forcing it to come, or do you think that's important? Because you
I
said you
mean,
shouldn't like.
there's like to a certain extent, like if you're manifesting it every day, like okay, calm down, because it's like
Right.
yeah, it's
Over your
like don't get me wrong, like
priorities.
I've
Yeah.
done
Don't
my
put it
fair share
over
of
your
manifesting,
priorities.
but like if I were to manifest every day, like oh my god, like I want this person, I want this person, then it's like you're constantly thinking about it. You're not like letting it go and like letting it come naturally. Like if you do like every other something like
Yeah.
month, or like every other like 3 months, then it's like you already like forgot about it, and like it's gonna come naturally because you're not constantly reminded of it,
Mhm.
and you're working on yourself.
And I feel like if it's specific, oh sorry, go ahead. Because I was gonna say if it's like
I
towards a specific person too, and you're
no, go ahead
manifesting them
again.
this
Go
much,
ahead.
then you're idealizing them because you're like, oh, this person's gonna be so great for me. I want da 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 da. But it's like you don't know what yeah, you don't know their baggage. You like
That's
everything. The grass
exactly what
is
I was
not
gonna
always
say.
greener on the other side. So it's like
Yeah.
manifest. Yeah.
You can learn a lot about a person and never
Mm-hmm.
know. It could be someone you know right now and you have no idea because you don't fully know them. It could be someone you see and like it's not happening at the moment. It's like
Yeah.
manifesting it and asking for it to come is rushing the process, and I don't think it would particularly work out correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather ask. It's different from asking for a good person, maybe like a holy, like someone that's good to come into your
or
life,
a specific person.
but asking for specifically for love, it's like, yeah,
Exactly.
no, let it happen naturally. If it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. You just got to be patient too. I feel like patience is a big
Yeah,
factor.
like everybody's
You got to
rushing
be
it because they're
patient
like, oh
if
my
you want
god, I
something
see
good to
my friends
happen.
like having someone, like I want someone, I want that. And it's like that just causes people to be like, I want to rush it, I want it, and they just like dive into the first person that gives them like attention, and just like that's at that point, that's where you lose that sense of love, I'd say, because you're just like, you're not in love, you just want to have that feeling, but you're forcing it.
Feeling. But now we see it everywhere.
Just let it happen.
Movies, songs,
Yeah,
personal lives.
that's like the power of like the media, because like before,
and
like
online
they
dating
didn't have that, so then they were just reminded by like neighbors or something, but like now
exactly.
we're reminded like everywhere, like Netflix or like some takeaways is just like, don't force love, just everything happens for a reason, like know the toxic signs, know what you're getting yourself into and what you want yourself, like love yourself first before you can love anyone else, and just make sure to focus on yourself more than focusing on other people. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to our first podcast on relationships, and make sure to tune in every Friday for new topics on what we have to say. But you can make sure to check out our Instagram. Our Instagram is _girls gays and theys _. But without further ado, that concludes our first podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.